So in this video, we're going to be talking about why is it so important to understand the intricacies of insurance and how it can actually save you money. Now, to give you guys an idea, I'll actually explain this through a story that just happened to us. So I'm sure you guys have all heard me talk about it. It's one of my favorite vehicles, the 2019 Ford EcoSport that we have. Had this car for years. It's gone on trips, it's came back, it's gone dings here and there, but the point is it survived. All of that changed in June, so only a couple months ago. And to give you guys an idea of what happened, so there was a guest that came in. I just happened to be at the lot during this time. They seemed pretty normal. Again, just happened to be there, so I actually went, interacted with them, gave them the keys, everything seemed fine. Well, it was a couple-day trip, and when the vehicle was supposed to come back, it didn't. So our rental car manager reached out to the guy and said, like, hey, the vehicle's supposed to be back at this time. We don't hear anything. So we escalated to Turo, and this is also a big deal for those of you watching. This is why we have hardwire trackers. This guy was a whole state away the day he was supposed to return the car, and he wasn't responding at all. So the nice thing about having the hardwire trackers, we were actually able to cut off the engine where the guy couldn't drive the car anymore. And then we sent the authorities to go get it. So the authorities go and get the car and they bring it back to us. And I don't know what was going on with this one, but they ripped out the entire infotainment system in the car. I guess they were trying to find the hardwire tracker and maybe they thought that was the way to do it. I don't even know if they knew there was a hardwire tracker in there, but they were looking for something in that infotainment system. So typical process, we submit the before and after pictures to Turo. Turo takes a look at it. They're like, oh yeah, that's some pretty significant damage. They approve it. We end up getting the car fixed. Okay, so we put basically a full new infotainment system there. We're all excited. Car's going to get back on the road in August. And this is one of those where this is crazy because it's something that we haven't dealt with. And again, this shows you why it's so important to have documentation for insurance. The people that were towing the car back to the lot, they were towing it. And as they were unloading the car, I don't know how else to explain it besides when they were rolling it back, whatever it is that was holding on to the front of the car basically dropped it. And the front of the car smacked off the bed. Basically smacking off the bed. Well, it dropped the whole front bumper. So now I know you guys that are watching this are probably thinking, that's a problem. Who's responsible for that? Well, so we got this car fixed at a Turo approved place. When they brought it back, it was basically like a Turo approved tow truck kind of person that was bringing it back. So we're going back and forth with Turo and we're like, yeah, like this guy that was towing the vehicle back, like it was his fault because they were negligent and then the car smacked off and the bumper was broke. And Turo's like, well, the guy's saying that it was your guys' fault because it happened at your lot and it wasn't anything that was faulty with their machine. So we had to come back and we actually sent them videos of what happened and all kinds of documentation to show like, hey, this wasn't something that was our fault. And Turo ended up saying, okay, it's not your guys' fault. We appreciate the documentation. And it was actually that tow truck company that had to pay for it. But if we didn't have video evidence showing exactly what happened, you best better believe that would have been on us to fix. And look, guys, you watching this video, I know you would say, well, Peter, that's not fair because obviously it was their fault because of their machinery or however else that wire snapped or however it hit off the ground or the bed of the truck. But you know what? Life's not fair, which is why you have to have documentation because that actually allowed it. And I want you guys to think about how long the timeline is, right? So that happened back in August. We had to prove that it wasn't our fault for basically around 2.5 months, where we're just fixing the front bumper now for the vehicle and getting it back out on the road. That's how long it took us to take care of this whole thing, which is why it is so critical. Now, again, from the beginning that we had the before and after pictures for Turo to show that the infotainment was wrecked. The second thing is that we had a lot that actually has cameras where we could prove that this wasn't any negligence on our fault or on our employee's fault. And also, another tidbit to take out of this, how important it is to have hardwire trackers. The nice thing is that we knew exactly where the vehicle was, so we could cut the power to it. The authorities could go and get it. If we didn't have a hardwire tracker, well, I'll give you guys two scenarios. Let's say we have no tracker. Well, now it's up to the authorities accompanied with Turo to try to find that vehicle. That's near impossible if they don't know where it is. I mean, it's not near impossible because they can have an idea of where it is through, I'm sure they have access to different things on people's phones. I don't really know, but basically near impossible. Or let's say that you have a tracker that goes into the OBD port. Well, if someone's really looking to steal your car, which, come on, guys, if somebody rips out the whole infotainment system, they're probably looking to take the car. I don't know for sure, but probably. They could just rip that OBD out, throw it out the window, boom. Now it's their car and they could drive it all the way from Pittsburgh to California. That's why it's super important to have that as well. So hope you guys got some value out of this, and we'll see you on the next one.